Let's get after it. Welcome to Tuesday. My videos are sporadic now. It used to be Monday and Thursday. Now they're kind of whenever I get to them. So, let me first clarify. I should have put this on my Facebook post last night. And I was talking about nobody watched my videos, the two I posted last week, so I was looking to post them on YouTube now. I'm going to start me a channel on there. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still post them on Facebook. I'm just, trying to expand, reach more people, and I want to get the point across because I'm always worried that someone's going to get the idea that I just make these videos because I'm trying to be the next big social media star or something, and that is not even my intent at all. The thing is, basically, that before I started making these videos, I would just spend like all day thinking about preaching and coming up with sermons. I'd come up with 3 or 4 sermons in my head every day, listening to preaching all the time, just consumed, obsessed over it. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I don't know if that's God's way of telling me something, but I know that's what I want to do, and it's what I think about doing all the time. So I was like, well, I was thinking about it too, and it took me several months of thinking about it before I posted the first video. And I was like, well, I can make videos about it. And so that's what I do. So, and the reason I post the videos ain't because I want to be famous or anything. And I've seen a lot of guys, if you know who Josh Fierstein is, who started posting videos, and he was really good at first when I started watching him, and then he just kind of went off the deep end a little bit, and now I stay away from all that. And but so that's the reason I make these videos, because I want to preach, and this is my outlet for it at the moment. And I don't want to be famous, but I want to make Jesus famous. I want to tell people about Jesus, because there's a lot of people out there that need him. And if you already know Jesus, that's fantastic. If I can help you in whatever tiny little insignificant way I can to understand this Bible better, then that'd be pretty awesome. So, wanted to clarify that for you. And today, I want to get into Friday. On my way home from work, I was listening to the radio, and I heard a preacher on there who's a local preacher here, and he was preaching in the book of Daniel chapter 3. Now that's one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible, so obviously my attention was perked up. So he read the whole chapter. It's a pretty long chapter. He read the whole chapter and then went into preaching about it, and it just hearing it again just gave me this idea. So we're going to be in Daniel chapter 3. Turn in your Bibles if you got them. I'm not going to read the whole chapter because, like I said, it's long. But basically, King Nebuchadnezzar set up an image, a really tall one, and he brought all the people in from the surrounding kingdom to come and bow down and worship this image that he set up. Now, if you know the 10 Commandments, you know God says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And there were some Jews here, and most of them just went along and did what they were told, but not all of them did. And so they started playing music, everybody started bowing down to worship the image, and they're sticking up like a sore thumb with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They weren't going to worship a false god. So, of course, like there is most of the time throughout history, there was an anti-Semite there. Didn't really care for Jews. So he goes to Nebuchadnezzar, tattletales on him. Hey, you commanded everybody to worship this image, and there's 3 Jews over there not doing it. So Nebuchadnezzar brings them up and basically like, what's up? Why are you not worshiping this image when I just told you to do it? And this is how it went. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Made it pretty clear there. They're going to worship Jehovah, Yahweh. They're going to worship their God, the real God. They're not going to worship some statue that he says is a God. So, that got me thinking. That's my favorite part in that whole chapter. Was they're like, God's got us. God, who can get us? Who can get us through this? Our God can. We know he can. And then the best part comes up next. But if not. But if not, we're not going to serve your God. We're just not going to do it. Because we only serve the living God. And that's really what struck me there was, and you know, you've probably heard a dozen sermons on Daniel, especially chapter 3. And that's what really got at me there was like, if you look at this world and it's the current state, and a lot of Christians will say, oh, we're being persecuted. If you look at how Christians live in other parts of the world, that's persecution. We have it made here in America at the moment, but it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that we're headed that way. If you ever watch the news, you know, or get your news information, and you see, oh, this lady that owns this pizza parlor over here, they asked her if she would cater a gay wedding, she said no, and then everybody was like, rah, rah, rah. And then, you know, these people, they wouldn't bake a cake for this gay wedding, and they got fined like a ridiculous, stupid amount of money. And then this other lady who wouldn't make flowers for a gay wedding, and she got, basically her business got shut down, and all the hate and stuff that came her way. It ain't hard to see where we're going here. Eventually, it's going to be considered a crime to stand up for your beliefs. And, it got me thinking, a lot of Christians have faith in God that he's going to get them through a situation, but I think what we need to do is think about, if not. Are you ready for the if not? Because you can go all you want through a tough situation, be like, oh, God's going to pull me through this. What if you don't? You know, you're sitting there like, God's going to pull me through this. What if God is looking at this like, I'm not going to pull you through it because this is what you need. You're going to use this to make you a better person. Now, you don't know that down here. You just going through, and what if it gets to the point where you're like, God's not doing what I thought he was going to do. Are you still going to serve him? Are you still going to trust in him? That's what you got to ask yourself. That's what I got to ask myself. I do it all the time. If I found myself in a situation where I was in the desert on my knees and some dude in a black mask has a knife to my throat about to cut my head off, am I going to be like, okay, I'll relent? Or am I going to be like, Jesus is king, do what you got to do? And I don't know if people think about things like that like I do, but anyhow, and you can sit there all you want and think, and it's good to think that. It's good to trust in God, and then he pulls you through and you're like, praise God, hallelujah, he pulled me through another tough situation. But you also have to be prepared for the if not. And you get to a point and you're like, what's God doing? I don't understand what he's doing here. But if not, we will not serve your God. So, if you're ready for the if not, then when it comes, you'd be like, you know what? God didn't do what I thought he was going to do. I asked him to help me through this situation, and he didn't. But it's okay, because I know he knows what's best for me. He knows what's coming tomorrow. I don't know. So I'm just going to trust in his plan, even though I don't understand it, even though it might be a little painful. But if not, I'm still going to trust in him. I'm still going to have faith in him. Because I know he knows what he's doing. So, someday, and it might not happen in our lifetime, we might get in a situation where we stand up for something that we believe in, this book says, and it ends up putting us in a fiery furnace type situation. And you're going to be mocking you like, oh, what's your God going to do now? And what did Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego say? What's my God going to do now? Well, he can save me. He has the power. He has power over you. You don't have the power. He has the power over you. But if he doesn't, if not, I'm still going to have faith in him, and I'm still going to trust him, and I'm not going to bow down to your image. Because if we look at society now, and all the junk that they're sitting there saying is right, and oh, you gotta tolerate this group of people, and you gotta tolerate these people that have a mental illness, and deny the science that is their gender, and you gotta agree with this and agree with this and go along with this, and if you want to talk about Jesus, you better shut up and go do it in the corner over there because we don't want to hear it. And we're getting in that situation now, and you just gotta be like, Lord, help us out and get us through this. And if you don't, that's fine. They're erecting an image of wicked and evil things that they're working for the devil. So anything wicked, they're not reading this, they're not trusting in God, and they're taking their wicked, evil, fleshly desires and setting them up as an image and expecting everybody else to bow down to it. And as a Christian and a follower of Jesus, you got to be like, no, I'm not going to worship your image. I'm going to worship my God, the real God, not that. And if he pulls you through, he pulls you through. And if not, by God, still going to worship him, still going to trust him. So, that was my message for you today. And hopefully, if I post this, Facebook will show it to you. So until next time, remember to, if you don't see my videos posted, maybe go to my page and look for them or something. I'd appreciate it. Just trying to make Jesus famous, not trying to make myself famous. So until next time, carry on.